Everybody, I'm going to be making a Malaysian chicken with a Malaysian coconut rice. So if you're interested, keep following me. Now this is my version of a Nasi Lemak. Nasi meaning rice, and Lemak is the sauce that's going to go on top of that, which has a little bit of Sambal. And it's a little tangy. It's tomato and onion based, along with some shrimp powder, some red chili paste. I'm going to be making it with chicken today. Now I want you to keep in mind this is my version of Nasi Lemak. In my version I'm going to be using a little bit of anchovies, but since I don't have dried anchovies that I need to fry, I'm going to be using canned anchovies. But oh well, we will do what is available to us in Pakistan. We're going to start off by blending 2 medium-sized onions and putting in a pot like that with about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. And as soon as that sautés a bit and the water dries up, we shall be adding 1 heaped teaspoon each of ginger and garlic chopped up. There's about 10 to 12 curry leaves there. There's half a teaspoon each of turmeric powder, red chili powder, salt, and half a teaspoon of this curry powder. You may increase these ingredients, but I feel like I want to keep the heat a little low on this because the sambal and the accompanying sauce I'm making is going to be a little chili hot. It just takes a good 8 to 10 minutes, so you have to keep at it. Next up is the ginger and garlic. Saute that well and then sprinkle a little water to get rid of the masala smell. That's a tip my mother had told me about years ago, and it works. Ginger and garlic are aromatics along with the curry leaves, and this is what makes this food smell so good. Even simple onions and oil with ginger and garlic smells really good right now. Time to add the curry leaves. If you feel that there's less oil at this point, please add a little more. And here I have about 500 grams of boneless chicken breast pieces that I've chopped into 1-inch size cubes. I've washed this with salted water because that's what I like to do, disinfect the chicken, and this chicken goes into the onions. And right after that go in the masalas. Turn up the heat to medium and saute this chicken till the liquid dries up. And if you were watching my videos yesterday, I talked about saving time in the kitchen. So we need to multitask, guys. While the chicken is being cooked right now, I'm going to put up the rice. Here I have about 2 cups of plain basmati rice that I've soaked in water for about 20 minutes. Place the rice in a pot like that. And in these 2 cups of rice, I've added 1 teaspoon each ginger and garlic chopped, 1 onion sliced, and here I have coconut milk. I'm going to empty the entire can in that. It's going to be really nice and coconutty. And make sure to add at least 1 teaspoon of salt. Rice should be submerged in enough liquid for it to cook. So you're going to add water to the amount where you can't see the rice. And just to give you an approximate idea, there are 2 cups of rice and there's altogether 3 cups of liquid in that. We're going to turn up the flame and let this water boil. Once the water boils, then I'm going to tell you what to do with it next. And the chicken is nearly done. The water has evaporated and I'm going to bhuno this, as they say in Urdu. Basically saute it really, really well. Add some de-seeded green chilies. And here I have some coriander cut up with its roots. Now remember, coriander and green chilies are also aromatics. I'm going to add a little bit of boiling hot water to this to loosen the consistency and let it cook covered on low heat for 5 to 7 minutes. Not too much water, maybe half a cup. Cover and cook that on low heat, and let's take a look at the rice. It has started to boil. Oh, it's going to be boiling very soon. Lower the flame to a low setting and cover this and cook this for a little while till the rice is done. I'm going to tell you exactly how long it took for the rice to be done. Let's check on the rice. Seems to be done. Just a little bit of water there. Mix it up and cook it for another 3 or 4 minutes. Time to make the sambal, which is like an accompanying chutney. So for this, I'm dry roasting about 1 tablespoon combined ginger and garlic chopped. So dry roasting means I haven't added any oil to this as yet, and this is smelling really, really good. Add a little bit of oil, I would say about 3 tablespoons. That's not very little, but we need that for a chutney. And these are the 2 pastes that I'm going to be adding to this mixture. 1 teaspoon of chili paste. There you go. And 1 teaspoon of, well, that's a heaped teaspoon of tom yum paste. Mix that well. Mix that really well. Just make sure the ginger and garlic don't burn. Next up is dried shrimp powder. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. It's alright. I'm using half a teaspoon of that. It smells really good, contrary to what people might think. I love shrimp powder and shrimp paste. I'm going to be adding 5 blended tomatoes into this mix. A teaspoon of sugar. Brown sugar is better. I ran out of that today. Half a teaspoon of salt. Raise the fire. Mix that really, really well. And let it cook for 4 or 5 minutes or till the tomatoes have reduced by half. And while that boils down, I just wanted to show you that the rice is finally ready. It's nice, it's fluffy. And I'm going to tell you later on how long this took. The chicken is ready too. So we're nearly there, guys. And I just wanted to quickly show you that an accompanying dish to this is cucumber and onions in vinegar. I'm only going to be using cucumbers today. Just pour a little bit of vinegar on top of cut up cucumbers like that. The water is nearly dried up. The last thing we need to add to this, well, the second last thing, is sliced onions. Saute that really well, and a little bit of coriander and basil leaves. Mix that up really well, guys. I just tried that, and the salt and sugar is on point. I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of vinegar. As I mentioned earlier, that I don't have any dried anchovies that I could fry, so I'm going to be using anchovies from a can. And what I'm going to do is, because this is really salty, I'm just going to place a couple of anchovies in a prepared dish after everything has been assembled. This is going to be so yummy, guys. I'm very excited about this. So it's all done, and I'm going to show you how to assemble this. So this is my version of a Nasi Lemak, and that's how I pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's rice, there's chicken curry, there is tomato and onion sauce, there's fried onions over there, there's anchovies right on top, and I have some pickled onions. I keep in mind this is coconut rice. It's so yummy. It can be eaten with just about anything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you keep watching Ifnatcancook for more.